Hello there, everyone. Welcome to my brand new, ready to debut, not quite ready to be a YouTube sensation channel called The Reconverted Catholic. So, welcome everyone to my channel. So, why did I decide to start this channel? Well, there are already several outstanding channels about Catholic faith, Catholicism, and explaining what we as Catholics, believe, and of course separating the facts from, well, unfortunately, some of the misinformation out there about Catholic Christian belief. So, in creating this channel, I didn't necessarily want to reinvent the wheel per se. But maybe first and foremost to be a cheer section for the rest of the great channels out there. Like, for example, we have the Trent Horn's channel, Council of Trent, Pints with Aquinas, Matt Fradd, Father Mike Schmitz, Bishop Robert Barron, the Word on Fire channel, Keith Nestor, a gentleman who's been, he converted to Catholicism from, he was a Protestant pastor actually, I believe Methodist pastor for some years, and he converted in 2017. He's one of my favorite channels. Actually, all these channels are, I love them, and I visit them often. Also, Scott Hahn, Steve Ray. There's a really funny channel out there, but super informative, How to Be a Christian. And there's, of course, Catholic Answers, and the list goes on and on. There's clearly no shortage of really informative choices out there, right? So what can I do? What can I provide? Well, I'm hoping in the next videos here that'll help some of that unfold, is how I would like to contribute out there to the world and YouTube community, and sharing my faith with all of you. And in the next series of videos, actually I have a 3-part video series here. I'll be uploading about my reconversion story from being raised Catholic and then leaving Catholic Church, and kind of becoming a skeptic seeker for some time, and then born again / Protestant Christian for some years, and going back to being Catholic, then becoming a full-on hardcore, however you want to call it, new atheist for quite some years too, and a rather strident, outspoken one for some time, and then reconverting to my Catholic faith now back in 2014. So it's been 7 years now. So I'd like to, at least in providing content on this channel, give some of my perspective, like from my background, my story. I think particularly my time as a new atheist. Now, I have seen some content out there by fellow Catholics addressing questions atheists have, criticisms and so forth, even from other Christian denominations and other religions and so forth. And but just based on some of my specific experiences, I definitely like to help share what I've learned over time. And like, really, a lot of this channel will be about why I became Catholic again in the first place, right? Some of that may seem a little perplexing to any of you who may end up watching these videos. But I hope this channel is as informative as possible. I do have some ideas, which I'm going to go into in a minute, but just picking up where I left off with why I decided to start this channel. Again, first and foremost, to be a cheer section for other channels. As I also mentioned, giving some of my own angles to teaching our Catholic faith. As you'll notice here, and even this video and subsequent videos here, at least in the near future, this channel is pretty no frills. I don't have, obviously, this isn't just a all sort of tricked out, awesome video, like a lot of video production and et cetera, all that goes into that. I do have a full-time job. I do have a couple of serious hobbies outside of that job. I am a musician, a composer, and also I do some freelance writing. So then, of course, the question could be like, well, Chris, why are you starting up a YouTube channel? In fact, I even have a couple of other YouTube channels, although I don't say that I'm a YouTuber per se. That I don't do this professionally. So maybe I'm a semi or half a YouTuber. But I am familiar enough with YouTube that, well, I wanted to start another channel. And this one, again, provides some hopefully helpful information to all of you out there. But again, not going to have maybe may eventually build more sort of branding to the channel in the sense of maybe having at least, adding a little fun to this. Maybe I may have a intro splash screen with some, background music, something that could, again, introduce me as, well, the reconverted Catholic. But in the meantime, I just really wanted to put some information out there. And so this will be a work in progress. And hopefully you'll stay along with the journey. I hope to improve this, again, make this worth watching. Sorry, even if I don't seem them super entertaining. But I'm glad to be here. And this is long overdue, actually, too. I've been mulling about this for some time. And I think now this is a good time. Timing is right to start this channel and see what happens next. Speaking of which, I do have some ideas. One, of course, I'm going to start with posting my own reconversion story to Catholic faith. Also, I'm looking at, as part of being a cheer section for the other channels, I'm hoping to build even stronger relationships with those, YouTubers or members of the Catholic faith. Even maybe at some point have some live stream interviews. Also with other Christians of other denominations, and with atheists. So I'm looking at possibly some dialogue-related videos with atheists, or agnostics, or even spiritual but not religious. Some folks who maybe don't fit in, say, in a certain category, per se. Also, I'd like to talk about the psychology of belief and understanding sacred scripture, like, for example, the Bible. As we Christians have as our primary book for teaching about our faith. And then, of course, as Catholics, we have the Catholic Church and the Magisterium, or what we call our teaching office, for teaching the faith and catechism, and so forth. But a little about my background. My day job, what pays the bills, is I work in information technology and IT, but I also have the other half of my educational background is in psychology. Also, I've studied some comparative religion and philosophy, and given my whole resume here. But point being is I have pretty well-rounded education overall, and especially in psychology. I mean, putting aside again IT. So I am going to incorporate some of that into these videos, again, explaining some of the deeper psychological meaning of what I believe, and which also very much corresponds with Catholic teaching. Really, it does. So we'll dive more into that as well. And then also I'm looking at reviewing other videos, or comments I hear in videos, and my thoughts on them. Like, for example, recently it was an interview with a recent convert to Catholicism. It was actually with somebody who's pretty well known and out there on the internet in the Catholic community. Was interviewing this convert, and in his own story, he had said that, I think it's when he was in high school or in college, he had converted to become basically born again. First, he was a Protestant actually for many years, and then converted over to being to Catholicism. But he made a comment that stuck in my head about how when he was in high school or college, he met Jesus, and then when he became a Catholic, he met the rest of the family. So I may even do a video just on that. That was really stuck in my head there. burned in my brain as a great sort of example of his, conversion story, and a really concise, right to the point statement about that. So with that, I hope you enjoy the videos I do post up here. I'm planning on posting a couple of videos a week, maybe 2 or 3 a week. Again, this is pretty casual here though too, so if anybody's expecting, again, a lot of bells and whistles, or just to be wowed, or have this super exciting content, not that I'm really wanting to downplay this, but this is, again, a work in progress. This is just the beginning, just like it is with a spiritual journey and your beliefs. If you do have a belief, a religious belief, spiritual belief, and on that path of growing in your belief or understanding, similar to this channel, this will be a channel of seeking out information, or providing that information, and going on this journey together. You're welcome to leave comments, of course, and I'll give the usual, pitch, like and subscribe. Please do, so that way you can keep up to date with the content I will be posting as I post it. Again, the goal here is a couple of videos a week, maybe 2-3 videos a week, and we'll see how this goes. So thanks for joining me today. Stay tuned for the next video I'm posting here, which is part 1 of my conversion story. Again, that'll be a 3-part video series total, and look forward to seeing you here on the channel and getting to know you better. Thanks.